Hi. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. I'm John Kellerman, both Cloud Dev Tools Working Group Program Manager and the Open VSX Program Manager. It's the latter that in context in which I'm going to talk to you here today for a few minutes. And before I get started, first, a great big thank you. 14, I think it was 14 great sessions, some really good stuff. I've learned a ton. I think final count, we're over 400 registrations, which is a huge increase over last year. So again, a big thank you for this participation and your interest. So a little bit of background. The Eclipse Foundation has operated the Open VSX Registry since 2021. We took it over from a group of companies that ended up contributing it to Eclipse, and in large part are part of the formation of the Cloud Dev, or part of the Cloud Dev Tools Working Group. It's a deployment of actually 3 open source projects, the 2 listed there, the core one. That second one there is sort of the deployment details that specifically the Eclipse Foundation, and there's a third one that deals with auto-publishing of individual scripts in groups of individual extensions and groups of extensions. We currently host over 3,100 extensions from about 1,600 publishers. It is a required resource for distribution of extensions to all supporting development environments. And specifically, I'm referring to those, including those that are not based on the Microsoft Visual Studio. There are license restrictions in Video Studio that make certain prohibitions that extensions in the Open VSX registry are free from. The responsibility for this registry transitioned from the Cloud Dev Tools Working Group a little bit earlier this year to the newly formed one, the Open VSX Working Group. I'm going to talk a little bit about that now. The mission, this is the mission statement from the program plan. The mission is to ensure the sustainability, integrity, evolution, and adoption of the registry. In particular, provide governance, guidance, funding for the community to support the implementation, deployment, maintenance, and adoption of the registry at openvsx.org. So the working group, a little bit more detail. What does the working group do? Right? We provide for ultimately we want to provide for the long-term viability. There are a number of companies that are members of Eclipse and outside of Eclipse that depend on this registry. Support and guide, provide input to the relevant open source projects that support the registry. Provide governance and resources and support to enable the hosting, the operation, the maintenance, and evolution of the registry. So this is, we're running a cloud service, right? And there's a lot that goes behind running a cloud service, and that's where a lot of this attention, goes. Promotes the registry brand and service in the marketplace. Assists in fostering the growth and evolution of the ecosystem. Provides vendor-neutral marketing and other services to this system, and manage the overall technical and business strategies related to the registry and its open source project. So, as we bring together a group of stakeholders that have important dependencies on this, thinking about their input, what's important to them in the community and the longevity of this as the valuable property that it is. And to establish a funding model and perhaps evolve a funding model that enables the working group with the community to operate on a sustainable basis. Basically, the way it works is these, and you'll see the member companies in a moment, they contribute money as membership dues. That money goes to the operation, the deployment, the maintenance of openvsx.org. And here are the members. It's a flat membership model. And they are, you see Google, Huawei, Posit, Salesforce, Siemens, and ST Micro. And a big thanks to them for coming together a little bit earlier in the year and to form relatively quickly this working group to take over the property from the Cloud Dev Tools Working Group. And so let me show you some statistics. This is as program manager and an admin on the property, I have access to certain admin APIs. And here I'm plotting for you the growth in published extensions and publishers from inception when the Eclipse Foundation took it over in November of 2021. And I ran them through to the last time I ran this was, sorry, I should have updated this for at least for October in September. So I think I said 3,100 and 1,600. We're probably over that now, just based on, about linear growth. And if you're interested, I also have access to the most downloaded extensions. And I'm hoping that you can read that there. I'll just read down through them real quick. This is a graph over time. Python is number one, GitHub pull request, VS Code NPM, Jupyter, a notebook plugin, Prettier Code. I forget who is that. Dirks. I forget who does that one. Oh no, Dirks is so you've got a Jupyter key map and then Dirks VS Code ESLint plugin. But you can see the extensions that get downloaded. And so that's it. That's what Open VSX is, what we're here for. We are interested in, the working group is interested, and I am interested in growing the breadth of the working group. We know there are a lot more people that have commercial interests in the success of this, and we'd like to include them in this working group. One of the things the working group has indicated that they want to think about in 2024 is what I mentioned today is a flat membership model. Everybody joins at the same level. Consider a tiered membership model where we may have a strategic and a contributor, as well as when we were out recruiting members for this working group, we had several actually interested in sponsoring the working group, contributing funds to its success without actually joining a working group and having the responsibility to attend meetings and vote and et cetera. So I think the working group will probably also consider a sponsorship model where you sponsor and then you get something in return, right? Maybe a presence on the website or some other value for that contribution to the success and longevity of the property. So if you're interested in being a member or interested in sponsorship, or just interested in staying in tune with sort of as this thinking evolve, please reach out to me on my Eclipse Foundation email, and I'll get you tied into the right places. So I think we've got there's about 2 minutes. Okay, no questions then. All right, so I think I am the last session. Once again, I think it's been a fabulous 2 days. Thank you for participation, and we look forward to continue working with you through this year and into 2024.